I like our new setup.
Yeah, it's going to get some. It's going to get. You need to.
I need to get used to it. Yes.
So back to the real world.
Well, yeah. Don't you remember they had to I forget what it was called. It was like.
It was a DJ contest?
Yeah, you could be like the.
I'll be honest with you. I only watched it for
like
the first
the next
couple.
DJ, or it was like. And it was like the first American Idol type thing, but it wasn't like you sang or anything, but you tried out, and it was.
But
like
it was
a
like what they
public
do
thing.
on the cooking channel, with they do like a bunch of chefs, and they do like a competition, and then and then the chef gets.
You
his
had
own
to
show.
submit a picture and a video and all that kind of stuff to be like, I forget what it was called. I don't know.
Anyway, so how are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Things are doing very well.
Okay.
We're,
that's good to know.
The guys on the team and everybody are doing well. So
Everybody's doing good.
I'm getting lots of good comments, like from our clients about how they're doing. So we have customer review, right?
Right.
That's on our website too,
right.
So you can come and see all the cool stuff that we do.
Sure.
I think we're being appreciated, especially in the time of technology.
Right. Well, I'll be honest with you. I was at work yesterday, and
I hope so, because it was Wednesday.
Well, I'm not in the building all the time, right, Kevin? But I was in the building yesterday, and I had 3 people stop me and tell me how awesome the show is.
This show?
Yeah, this show.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Did you?
I felt like kind of like a celebrity a little bit.
A couple
No,
dollars?
I didn't. I kind of felt like Justin Bieber, to be honest with you.
Oh.
I'm not sure that's how he feels, but
probably not. But I do want to let you know about a conversation I had yesterday.
Yeah, please do. With a client?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is a legal client. Not that it really matters, but she had wanted to talk to me about, and the topic of the discussion in her email was wire transfer. So I'm like, okay, where is this going to go? So we had our Teams video chat, and she proceeds to tell me that not them, but a colleague's law firm had somehow been hacked.
Okay.
Email account has been hacked.
So it's like a phishing email scam.
Yeah,
probably
so I
something.
don't know how it started, but probably a phishing email that someone clicked on and then entered their credentials, or it was, some kind of other hack however they got in, but they got into the Office 365 email account. And they were actually just watching, the account for I don't know how long. But as soon as it seems, from what I gathered from the conversation, that they were watching the email account and then email came across about a wire transfer.
It just feels...
And that just keyed off this probably guy, because he was watching the mail and basically saw this email and said, oh, wow, they do wire transfers. So he actually recreated an email from the account that he was in,
right,
from the firm, inside the firm, going back to the accountant for the firm, saying, oh, no, I just got notice that the wire transfer account is now this. So they changed where the wire transfer was going. I don't know how much money it was, but the accountant for the firm wire transferred the money.
Can I ask you like a side question?
Yep.
How common is a wire transfer in that type of a business?
I really don't know. I don't know.
That just seems really fishy to begin with.
Yes.
Anyway.
But yeah, I guess it is. I guess they do it sometimes.
Okay.
But and so our client was asking us, how can we protect ourselves from this happening to us?
Sure. Yep. They want you to help them.
Right. And so the first thing that we are doing and have already started doing is talking to them about multi-factor authentication.
Yep.
And sometimes, and I don't really know why, but sometimes it's a tough conversations because the end user, the client, feels like they're being bothered, or they're going to have this big hurdle to jump through now to gain access to their email, and they're frustrated, or they don't want to do it, or they think it's going to be very hard, which it's not.
Well, my theory is, honestly, it's convenience over security. People hate the fact that you have to go through, maybe you're using an authenticator app on your phone. Maybe you get a text. Maybe you have a couple phones.
But
you know what I mean?
Right. I totally agree
but
with you.
But the flip side is, you like wire transfer something to Russia.
$15,000. I mean, is a little inconvenience worth $15,000?
You would think so, wouldn't you?
Right. So she was very acceptable. I mean, she was
open to whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was like, yes, let's do that.
Right.
Let's do this. Let's do that. So we're also holding education. We're going to go out there and give the firm another round of cybersecurity training like this. Just talking to them, showing them examples. And then she was really like, well, that's great for blocking our email, but, what can we do, else for, and I told her, I said, you got to have education internally and or policies set up so that your employees know that you as leaders of the company are never going to ask them for a wire transfer. You're never going to ask them to go buy gift cards. You're never going to ask them for that stuff. And if someone gets an email like that from you or, they think it's from you, the verification is the key, right? So then you tell your staff and have a policy. If you get anything and you think that it is anyway valid, one point, pick up the phone and call me.
It's essentially a buddy check system.
Well, yeah.
Where it's hey, Margaret or whatever.
Yeah, are you
Could
sure?
you look at this?
Yeah.
Does this make sense to you? No, we don't do wire transfer, Bob.
Correct.
What are you thinking?
Yes. Bob's new and he hadn't gone through the
Margaret's been there for a long time.
Yes.
She knows
exactly
a lot of things.
So and then I also told her an example of another client that several years ago was almost about to wire transfer $15,000, but they had a policy in place at their bank.
Yes.
And the policy was that only the CEO's account login had access to do that kind of wire transfer.
But this is only like reactive because something happened.
Yes. No. Well, they already had that set up.
They already did?
Yes.
Okay.
That's how they didn't get 15.
Was, okay.
No, yeah. So they actually had this set up, which was great.
Yeah, that is great.
So I don't know whether it was the bank that did that or they just did that internally. Maybe we talked to them about it. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. You would think that the bank would naturally have a system in place that they would have to check with two people in the company.
Well, did you know this fun fact about banks
No.
and business accounts? And this was true several years ago. And I still believe it's true. But, you see the FDIC all over
the
banks,
logo,
right?
FDIC,
So $250,000 worth of, safety net for you.
Yep.
Well, that applies to our personal accounts.
That's not a business thing?
So my recollection and my understanding is that a business account does not fall under that. And if your business account gets hacked or something like that, there's not a lot that the bank can do, or they're not going to reimburse your money. So, like, if your credit card gets smashed and someone goes buys $200 worth of stuff.
Oh, I could tell you a story.
Right. I'm sure you could. And, the bank's going to, cancel that and debit your money back.
Yeah.
They don't do that with business.
Boy, they make
accounts.
it seem like it almost feels like a business thing.
Please, if there's a business, banker out there, and
please
that's
correct
wrong,
us on that.
Please correct me because I want to make sure that I tell my clients the correct thing, and maybe I'll look it up. But that's what it was a couple years ago, and so that's a scary thought.
Yeah, all this stuff is the problem is with anything that happens from a security perspective, whether it's a home break-in, whether it's an email scam, whether it's somebody did a phishing thing and got money out of your bank account or whatever, it's always easy to do reactive stuff, right? It's always now we need to get locks on our windows, we need to do this, we need to do security, we need to do employee training. What I would like to see happen, frankly, is some proactive stuff. Like, guys, we know this is a possibility. This isn't even if it's going to happen. It's a literal when it's going to happen situation.
Yeah, exactly.
But coming from us, it always feels self-serving because you guys are in the technology business. This is what you – but listen, the reality is we are much happier when these things don't happen than having to clean up and having to feel like we're lecturing people for the things you shouldn't be doing after the fact.
Yep.
It's hard.
It's been hard over the past year as far as education because we do a lot of in-person stuff and we can't wait to start that back up. But it's the education part that I think that we're trying to do a better job of, right? So this is where the videos come in and everything. So please, guys, if there's topics, if there's anything, comments that you want to do, please let us know how we're doing. And we appreciate your time.
Yeah, and always like and subscribe, Kevin.
Like and subscribe, sorry.
And let us know, honestly, if you guys are liking this stuff, if you're this topic.
Or if you like our new mics, if we sound better.
Yeah, if we sound better.
Yeah.
I love hearing you better. Does that make sense?
Next to each other.
I know, it's true.
Right.
I'm just on video. Bye, guys.